I met a gypsy.
Because you're pretty much like the Hurlings of Australia, really.
Fucking
No, but
ease up.
seriously, like, I'll claim it for you. Well, think about it in this term. Not even that you're good. You grew up in the sand. No one can touch you in the sand. And then you've had to come over and learn like the hard pack stuff. And then you've ended up figuring that shit out. And you're one of the best dudes now. So it's like, what do you think that it is? I just said that just for the YouTube thumbnail, by the way. But what do you think it is about growing up? Because there's a history of guys that grew up in WA that will become, like Leesky is
I
one.
spoke to Jeff about this very situation.
So what do you think?
Riders that come from a sand background get better at hardpack a lot quicker than a hardpack rider background getting better at sand.
I agree 100%. I squarely fit in that category.
Yeah. So when you come from a sand background, you really have to be technically savvy on the bike. The bike is always moving underneath you. The track is changing 100% more than hardpack tracks do. Everything about the sand sort of background is just tougher, gnarlier, harder. So when we come over here and we can hit the same rut that doesn't move for like 20 times, once we figure it out, that is, because we suck ass at the start.
Yeah.
But once we figure that out, this is easy. It's the same thing every time. I'll just keep doing the same thing.
And then the bikes doesn't feel as heavy, I'm sure.
Yeah, so I just feel with sand, it's so ever changing and it's just so taxing on your body. It's just easier to transition to hardpack than if you were to grow up on hardpack and then try go ride sand. You'd be like, what is this stuff? Yeah. So yeah, I think it's a really good spot to come from, especially for someone that might want to go overseas, and Europe's got so much sand, so it's really good for that.
Yeah, I guess, have you been to Europe to ride other than nations?
No, unfortunately not.
Fuck, you should almost just go.
Yeah, I'd love to do a trip.
Like once you're back to like 100% strength wise, just go and just get a fucking 450 and just go hang out at Lommel and just ride like all the track days. Like you'd become like the local hero in a fucking week.
I'd probably get smoked by 125 around there.
Yeah, maybe. Dude, you hear some crazy stories about that.
Yeah, real wild stories. Like Kiter Wolf beating Coldenhoff and stuff on a 125, I heard one time.
Oh yeah, I'll bet.
It's like, how does that even happen?
But it puts you in good stead to go over and do that shit, because like you wouldn't have to. I just don't know like that it'd be that crazy of an adjustment for you on the sand, because that's where they're doing so much testing. Like the winter grind happens on those sand tracks. Like you'd have such a massive head start over like the average Aussie that doesn't come from WA.
Well, yeah, you hear a lot of people that have gone over there and it's been like a really hard transition to ride their sand. And as much as I've heard that their sand is different in
WA
Europe,
is gnarly, bro.
Like WA in winter is as heavy as it gets. So I do know it's going to be different. It gets ruddy over there, which it doesn't really in WA. But if you can ride sand, you can ride sand. Like I feel it's the same sort of style no matter what. If there's a couple ruts and stuff thrown in there, yeah, I feel like you'd be able to figure it out a lot quicker than, like you said, the average sort of person coming through.
Yeah. There was a lot of ruts at Manji last year. Was that normal?
Yeah, Manji was pretty shit last year.
Yeah, the track
Normally it's like even sandier. They brought in a heap of clay.
Really?
Like for your first time you wouldn't have known, but
no, I didn't know any different.
Normally it's much sandier than that. Normally the only hard pack bit is when you go the first tabletop up Rock and Roll Hill. Yeah. And then you go all the way up, down, bowl turn, up the hill. Yeah. And then that drop off down to where it turns sand. Yeah. That's where it strictly stays hard pack. But there was a few other spots, like second last turn was hard. Normally that's all whooped out. So I don't really know what they're doing there. Hopefully they stop doing that. I love it when it's sandy.
You like it more when it's sandy.
Yeah.
But even that section where you had like that weird kind of step up and then you got the left and then you go left again and then the tabletop, like it was just
that tabletop.
It was rutted, dude. That's like one of the coolest photos. That is the coolest photo I've got of me riding. It's like just straight line. Like there's all those ruts there.
Nah, every year that is rut the whole way across. So
that was pretty sick.
Yeah. Pretty gnarly when you're going up to it.
Oh, dude, yeah, especially as fast as I was going.
Warp speed.
Oh, yeah, just fucking sending it. I'm so pumped to go back there, eh? Like, that was honestly... I wish more people would go from the East Coast.
Yeah.
Like, that was kind of like our goal with that whole trip, was to try and inspire people to do it. I mean, it's a fucking big drive.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you guys are used to doing it, to come over here.
Yeah, that's it. But, I don't know. I'd love to see a bunch of people over here get together and, you know, all pay for a 40-foot sea container. Just put your bikes in it, get it over there, and
bike, Quicksade, toolbox, Gatorade, bang.
Fly in, hire a few vans, and like I said, WA helps out. Like, if you need stuff done, WA people, they'll chuck a bike in, they'll bring you toolboxes. It's no stress. If we could get East Coast people to WA people would be frothing. We'd do whatever we could to help out. So, yeah, if anyone wants to come to Manjimup, let us know.
Yeah, dude. And that was the vibe that I got there, man. Like, everyone was so sick. Like, I mean, I had, like, people come and help with my bike, and we always had people rolling through our pits. Like, everyone was just so rad that entire trip. Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, I've never been to America, but do they say, like, that Washougal sort of area, is it, what would you call that? I have no idea where that is in America.
Like the Pacific Northwest, they call it.
Yeah, are they like pretty laid back people? Like they just sort of send it?
Everyone in America is kind of like that.
Oh,
like,
really?
California is kind of different.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, pretty much everywhere outside of that, America's got some of the nicest people.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, like, when it comes to, you know, you ever heard of like Southern hospitality?
Yeah.
When people say that, that's definitely a real thing.
Really?
Like, when you get through like Alabama, Louisiana, Atlanta, Florida, or like Georgia, everyone just Southern hospitality. Like, they're just so cool. Like Oklahoma, even though that's not Southern, but I mean, a lot of people there, especially if you're an Australian, man. Like, people are just so fucking pumped.
I'd love to go there. One of my good mates back home, Joe, we've been talking like, we need to go to America this year. Just go there for 3 weeks and just ride all the tracks there.
You should, dude.
Yeah, I've never been. I'd love to.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.